Testing 1, 2. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I see a few of you have already joined us before the game time. First pitch is at 2 o'clock. My name is James Passo, coming to you live from Dickman Field here in Hünstetten, where this afternoon we will have game one of a two-game weekend series. The Hünstetten Storm are hosting the Untouchables of Paderborn. So, at the moment, umpires and managers are at home plate exchanging lineups. So, the starting lineup for the Untouchables, batting leadoff is number 40, Shotaro Izui, who is catcher today. Batting second is Emilio Gotz, center field, number 17. Batting third, number 2, Luca Rammelmann, playing right field. Cleanup for the Untouchables is number 4, Finn Bergman, playing third base. Uh, Number 13, my apologies. Batting fifth, number 27, Linus Nixdorf, the designated hitter. Batting sixth, number 41, Nicholas Di Benedetto, the shortstop. Batting seventh, number 16, Jules Noah Moser, playing left field. Batting eighth, number 10, Kieran Nordigan, second base. Followed by number 30, Henry Hutner, left field. Their starting pitcher today, number 7, Stefan Dimbrowski. So, apologies for any pronunciations I got wrong. It's the first time I'm actually seeing the Untouchables of Paderborn. So, defensively for the Storm today, you'll have Sammy Guillorme at second base, Petey Kiefer at shortstop, Ian Hardman at center field, Noah Lawrence first base. A new addition to the Storm, Orlando Del Mato playing third base, Oliver Yoakum in left field, Rogelio Maldonado in right field, and behind the plate is Douglas Yoakum. Catching today, our starting pitcher is Phil Meyer. So we have about 5 minutes before first pitch. Umpires are waiting for the teams to take the field. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Hünstetten, much like the weather we had last weekend, as the Storm are taking their positions now. Game time temperature is around 20 degrees Celsius, wind actually blowing out a little towards left center. Not as strong as last weekend, though, but still springtime wind. But we have beautiful temperatures, beautiful skies today. Anyone feels so inclined, you can type something in chat. If you have a question, we'll try to answer it. But for now, as Phil Meyer has taken the mound and throwing some warm-up tosses, we're going to take a break and come back at first pitch. And first pitch is swung on and hit. A chopper to third, throw over for the first out. One pitch, 1 out. It's a great way to start the afternoon for Phil Meyer. So coming up to bat now is number 17, the center fielder, Emilio Gotz. So the left-handed center fielder is in the box, ready for his pitch. Myers has his pitch. Taken outside for ball 1. So the next pitch from Meyer, same place, outside, ball 2. It's like Myers trying to get Goats to swing at something on the outside. Wouldn't be surprised if he throws a pitch on the inside next. And Myers' pitch across the plate for a called strike 1. So it's a 1-2 count now on Goats. Oh, ball gets away from Meyer just a bit outside. So it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count now on the left-handed center fielder. So hitter's count here. So Myers set. And the pitch swung on and fouled out of play down the third base side. So we have a full count. So Myers has a new ball. Looking in for his sign. Now he has it. So catcher is set up a little outside. Oh, ball just misses the top of the zone. So it is a walk to the center fielder and brings up number 2, Luca Rommelman, the right fielder for the Untouchables. So the right-hander is in the box as Meyer checks the runner at first, who's not leading off too much. And the first pitch swung on and popped up on the infield. Well, just shallow outfield. And Sammy Girome, second baseman, has made the catch. So it's a fly out for out number 2, which brings up the third baseman, number 13, Flynn Bergman. So Finn Bergman, right-handed third baseman. Now in the box, Meyer checks the runner over at first, who is still in the same position. In his pitch. Oh. Apparently grazed the jersey. So that's 2 runners on now. Ball came inside just a little too much and clipped the jersey of the third baseman, which brings up the designated hitter for this afternoon for the Untouchables, number 27, Linus Nixdorf. So runners have taken slight lead. Pitch from Meyer swung on, foul tip, strike 1. So Meyer checking the runner back at second. And the pitch. Ooh, just misses his own. So it's 1-1. The last pitch was just a bit outside, low in the zone. Or just missing the zone, rather. Meyer checks the dancing runner at second. Next pitch fouled directly back behind the screen for a foul ball. So it's a 1-2 count now on the designated hitter. Since this is a 2 o'clock start, fans are still filing in. It's a beautiful afternoon for baseball. So Myers not just, he likes the pitch. Catcher sets up. Swung on, fouled back behind home plate. So he stays alive in the at-bat. Ball has been retrieved. And next pitch from Phil Meyer. Swung on and fouled down the first base line into what will be the wheat field here shortly. We have the wraps already in bloom. Beautiful golden yellow, which is where our yellow comes from in our jerseys, or gold as it's been called as well. And I see little ones running out to retrieve the foul ball. So Phil Meyer has a long look in for a sign. Checks the runner who is dancing around second. And the pitch. He went around. He could not hold up on that inside fastball for a swinging strike 3. So 2 runners came on, but Phil Myers able to work out of a bit of a jam. So going into the bottom of the first, score is still 0-0. So as we're coming into the home half of the first inning, the batting order for the Hünstetten Storm, leading off will be Sammy Gurme at second base, followed by Phil Meyer. Batting third is Petey Kiefer, and batting cleanup is Ian Hardman, our center fielder. Followed by Noah Lawrence, our new addition, Orlando Del Mato, followed by Oliver Yoakum, Rogelio Maldonado, and Douglas Yoakum. So that's our 1 through 9 batting order, as the Untouchables of Paderborn are warming up for their half of the first inning. So on the mound for the Untouchables this afternoon is number 7, Stefan Dembrowski. He will face Sammy Gurme, Phil Meyer, and Petey Kiefer, our 1, 2, 3. So the right-hander for the Untouchables has warmed up. Ball is being thrown around the infield. And coming up to the batter's box is number 8, our second baseman, Sammy Gurme. So as Sammy Gurme steps into the batter's box and comes set, ready for the first pitch of the bottom of the first. First pitch he sees is high for ball 1. Dembrowski's second pitch catches the outside of the strike zone for a called strike. So it's 1-1 count on Sammy Gurme. On deck is Phil Meyer. Guillerme shows bunt but pulls back, so it's a 2-1 count on our second baseman. Demboski has his sign in the pitch. A little chin music brushes Guillerme back a bit, so it is a 3-1 count. Let's see what Sammy does with the 3-1. And the pitch swung on foul tip, so that is a full count. With the hitter's count, Guillerme had the green light to swing, but it was a foul tip directly back to the catcher's mitt. So next pitch swung on and misses. Can't catch up with the heat, unfortunately. So that is a swinging strikeout. Start the bottom half of the first inning. So coming up to bat now is our pitcher, number 31, Phil Meyer. So Phil Meyer, right-hander, stepping now into the batter's box. And the first pitch from Demboski is in there for a called strike. So as I said, the wind is blowing out to left center. Next pitch, Phil Meyer is able to get a piece of bat on that ball, so it's a foul tip. So it's quickly 0-2. So, next pitch from Demboski, fouled directly behind home plate and off the net. So Meyer's at bat stays alive. The ball hit the top of the net, and the catcher still tried to make a play on it, but it would not have counted as it hit an obstruction. So the next pitch to Phil Meyer is ball one. Bounced up to the catcher's mitt, which got away from the catcher, but no one's on base. So it's a 1-2 count on Phil Meyer. On deck is Petey Kiefer. And the pitch to Meyer, high for ball two. Demboski's pitch catches the top of the zone for a called strike three looking. So Phil asking back to the on-plate umpire if that's the top of the zone. No, he needs to know where it is so he can catch that top of the zone for his pitches. So coming to bat now is our left-handed hitting shortstop, number 18, Petey Kiefer. So Kiefer's digging in, and the first pitch he sees, catches a zone, so it's called strike one. Next pitch from Demboski. Swing on a pitch that was low and outside, so it's quickly 0-2. Then Demboski delivers, pitches up and outside, so it's 1 ball, 2 strike count. And the next pitch to Kiefer is a called ball, so it's a 2-2 count on the shortstop. And Kiefer swung on a pitch that was outside, so it's a swinging strike 3. So after 1, Untouchables nothing, Storm nothing, going into the top of the 2nd. So as Phil Meyer is giving his warm-up tosses to start the top half of the 2nd inning, I want to welcome everyone who is watching us on YouTube. If you can't be here, at least you're joining us online for the stream. Here the weather is oh so beautiful baseball weather. We have a beautiful blue skies, sunshine, and we do have a nice breeze coming from, I'd say coming from around the home direction, it's blowing out to left center. Game time temperature is a beautiful 20 degrees. Can't ask for better weather. So Meyer is warmed up. Home plate umpire is brushing off home plate. And coming up to bat now is the shortstop, number 41, Nicholas Benedito. Again, apologies for any problems with the last names for the Untouchables. So, the right-handed shortstop is stepping into the batter's box now as Meyer is looking in for his sign. And pitch from Meyer. The shortstop showed bunt, but couldn't pull it back, and it is a called strike 1. Well, Meyer looking in for the next pitch, has it. Oh, ball doesn't catch the bottom of the zone, so it's a 1-1 count. As I can hear the wind picking up outside. So Meyer has his next pitch. He delivers inside, ball 2. Looks like a little brushback curveball that didn't curve how we wanted to. So, next pitch from Meyer is low and outside, gets away from the catcher, but it is ball 3. So Meyer with a fresh ball. It is a hitter's count. And the next pitch. Oh, doesn't get the inside call, so it is a walk to start the top of the 2nd. So that brings up the left fielder, number 16, Jules Noah Moser. Apologies, first baseman. And the pitch to the lefty is just a bit outside for ball one. Looks like the wind moved the ball from where Phil wanted it. So runner takes his lead off of first. And the next pitcher, Meyer, catches the outside zone. So it's a 1-1 count now on the first baseman. Thank you. So a slow pickoff play, but runner's able to get back. No problem. Still a 1-1 count on the first baseman. Meyer's pitch is swung on a hit down first base line. Fielded cleanly at first. Throw over. Oh, the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag. So it is only one out on the fielder's choice as the throw was just a little offline, pulled the first baseman off the bag. Couldn't tell from my vantage point if he actually kept his foot on the bag or not, but I think everyone is agreeing that he was pulled off just a bit. But it's still one out. So coming at the bat now is the left-handed second baseman, number 10, Kieran Norgan. First pitch swung on and missed. Strike one. So Moser didn't take that much of a lead off of first base. Oh, next pitch from Meyer doesn't catch the bottom of the zone, so it's a 1-1 count. I'd like to welcome those of you who are joining us in the stream chat. Meyer looks to the runner at first, who isn't taking much of a lead. Pitch from Meyer swung on and hit. And caught by Petey Kiefer running in from short. Pop-up for out number 2. So, Kiefer had to call off the right fielder and shield his eyes from the sun, as we do have blue skies here. So, good morning, Luis Guillermo, and I also see, yes, it reminds me of playing the Dixie Boys down in Mississippi. Now, well, this Louisiana boy understands that reference. So the pitch from Meyer to the left fielder, Henry Hüttner, number 30, is in there for a ball. So it's a strike. So there was a called strike. Runner at first, not taking much of a lead. Next pitch is chopped over the third baseman's head, fielded by the shortstop, who throws over, but does not get the speedy runner. So with 2 outs, we have runners at first and second. So that was a nice backup by the shortstop to get the ball that just hopped over the third baseman, but long throw across the diamond just could not get the speedy left fielder, so that brings up the top of the order. So number 40, catcher, Shotaro Izui. So the pitch from Meyer, just inside, misses the zone for a called ball. So runners are not taking too much of an advance off their bases. Meyer looks back to runner at second. Pickoff play. Oh, just gets in under the tag. It's unfortunate, but that was fun watching. Pickoff plays at second can be quite fun. So Meyer looks in for the pitch. Looks back to runner at second and low. Ball one. Ball two. Apologies. So the right-handed hitting catcher is ready for the next pitch. Swung on, hit directly back to Phil Meyer, who fields it, throws over for out number 3. Nice defensive fielding by the pitcher. So the Untouchables strand 2 going into the bottom of the second, still 0-0. So coming into the home half of the second, we'll have Ian Hardman, followed by Noah Lawrence and Orlando Del Mato. So it's the 4, 5, 6 of the Storm order. Oh, warm-up toss by Dombrowski. Got away from the catcher. Apparently the catcher and pitcher were a little bit crossed up on the warm-up signs throwing there, as the pitcher had to apologize for almost hitting the catcher where it didn't feel nice. So he gets one more warm-up toss here. Well, maybe more than one. Okay. There it is. All right. So coming up to bat now, number 11, our center fielder, Ian Hardman. So Hardman's in the box, ready for that first pitch from Dombrowski. And here it is, inside, way inside, ball one. So Dombrowski's next pitch swung on, foul tip into the catcher's mitt for a strike. So it's a 1-1 count now on our center fielder. Next pitch just outside, doesn't catch his zone, so it's a 2-1 count now. So the 2-1 is chopped down the third base line, so it's 2-2. Pitch was a bit inside, off the hands, chopping it down the third base line. But we have a 2-2 count now. Next pitch. Way outside, so it's a full count. Nice crowd here this afternoon, as I still see more people coming in. Always good to see. Hardman's next pitch swung on and hit down third base line. So, do this again. Another ball on the inside. Hardman just able to get bat on it and turn it, but needs to turn it more towards infield. Next pitch outside. Hardman's able to work a walk. So That brings up our first baseman, number 66, Noah Lawrence. So Lawrence spent his week in Barcelona playing little baseball while we had time during the week. First pitch he sees, squares around for a bunt, but he's able to pull it back as the ball was up by his head. So it's ball one. Hardman's taking a two-step lead off at first. Pitcher looks back. Next pitch to Lawrence. Swung on and miss. Strike one. 1-1 count now with a runner at first. With the 1-1, Lawrence is digging in. And the pitch stays high. So it's a 2-1 count now. Hardman not showing any signs of running, but he is taking a two-step lead off of first. Dombrowski looks over and runner at first. Pitch home. Swung on and missed. Strike two. So 2-2 count on our first baseman. High, ball three. So full count now. Next pitch from Dombrowski. Inside, ball four. So he's walked the first two here in the bottom of the second. And so the back-to-back walks will actually bring up our new third baseman, number 48, Orlando Del Moro. So after issuing the two walks to start the bottom of the second inning, catcher has gone out to get some defensive positioning. Looks like the first baseman is pulled in on the infield just a bit more. So third baseman is already showing bunt. Pulls it back, but the ball is right in there for a called strike one. More defensive signs being called in. Zui making sure his infield is where he wants them. So DeMaro with a 0-1 count. Next pitch swung on, bouncer through the left side of the infield. Ian Hardman coming around. Throw is way offline, gets away from the catcher. Ian Hardman comes around the score. So DeMoro in his first at bat for the Storm has an RBI. So coming up to bat now is our left fielder, number 26, Oliver Yoakum. Yoakum will be batting with runners at second and third and no outs. So that RBI single brings home the run. Storm now have the 0-1 lead. And both runners were able to advance on the throw. So the first pitch to Yoakum. Yoakum squares around the bunt, but the ball catches the bottom of the zone, so it's a called strike one. So runners are not taking much of a lead off their respective bases. Dombrowski delivers highs for ball one. So it's a 1-1 count now on the Storm center fielder, left fielder. So, Dombrowski looks back to runner at second. In this pitch, swung on and missed as Joachim goes down on one knee. So it's a 1-2 count now on the left fielder. Next pitch to Joachim. Swung on, missed. So it's a swinging strikeout for the first out of the inning. With that strikeout, brings up the right fielder, Rogelio Maldonado. So Maldonado comes up the bat with one out and teammates in scoring position. Pitch from Dombrowski. Outside, ball one. Maldonado able to lay off a good pitch that was outside of the zone. Pitcher comes set and fires. Maldonado just gets a piece of that, but it goes back behind home plate for a foul. So it's a 1-1 count now on our right fielder. On deck is our catcher, Douglas Joachim. Dombrowski delivers, but bounces it up in the dirt, so it is a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike count. Dombrowski delivers. High, ball 3. So 3-1 count with 1 out and runners in scoring position. Let's see what Maldonado does here. Then Dombrowski comes set. And the pitch to Maldonado. Swung on. Couldn't catch up to the ball on the inside, so it is a full count now. And Rogelio is able to work a walk. So bases loaded now with 1 out. Brings up our second baseman, Sammy Guillerme. Apologies, Douglas Joachim coming up to bat now, number 22. On deck will be second baseman, Sammy Guillerme. Bases loaded, 1 out for our catcher. Let's see. Paderborn's catcher, Douglas Joachim, is up to bat now. So the first pitch of Joachim. High, ball 1. Isui trying to calm his pitcher down, telling him just take it easy, bring the ball back in the zone. But that brings up the Paderborn manager. No one's been warming up in the bullpen, but he's walked the bases loaded. And with 1 out, first pitch he throws to Douglas Joachim is a called ball, high in the zone. So talk to your pitcher, find out what's going on. Is it okay? Is it just something going on? But home plate umpire is walking out. So this mound conference should be coming to an end. Discussion is over. The manager is having a few words as he walks away to home plate umpire. Don't know what's being said, but those pitches were up. No discussion there. So we have play called once again. And the next pitch to Yoakum skips up there, ball 2. So 2-0 count on our catcher, Douglas Yoakum. Next pitch throws it in there with heat. Swinging strike 1. 2-1 count on the catcher. Next pitch. Oh, late called strike 2. He has a call at the top corner of the zone. It is a 2-2 count now on Douglas Yoakum. Next pitch doesn't catch the same place, so it is a full count now. No room to put number 22. So full count, 1 out, bases loaded. Nebraska with the pitch. Walks in a run. So an RBI walk for Douglas Yoakum. So take a run as you get them. Now coming up to bat is number 8, our second baseman, Sammy Guillerme. Sammy Guillerme batting with bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Dombrowski has a sign and the pitch. Whoa. Sammy just able to get out of the way. But since he has a tight-fitting jersey, it doesn't get hit as he jumps out of the way. Ball 1. Next pitch, Guillerme inside, ball 2. Izui tried to frame it. Did a good job at framing, held his glove there, but it was still inside. Guillerme lays off a good pitch, but it doesn't catch the zone, so it is quickly 3-0. So let's see if Guillerme has a green light to swing on a 3-0, bases loaded and 1 out. Takes the pitch, gets called strike. 3-1 count now for Sammy Guillerme. Guillerme swung on, hit high to the right fielder, gets caught up in the wind, makes the catch. Runners have to go back. Oh, and it's an out on the throw. So it was a fly ball caught by the right fielder, and it's a double play as the runner from third is tagged out easily because the ball from the right fielder was on the money. So after 2, Storm lead 2-0 going into the top of the 3rd inning. Coming into the top of the third inning, Phil Meyer taking his warm-up tosses. Bottom of the second ended on an interesting 9-2 double play. Coming to the bat now for the Untouchables will be Goetz, Rummelman, and Bergman. Phil Meyer with his warm-up throws. All warmed up, ready to go. Coming up to bat now for the Untouchables, the center fielder, Emilio Goetz. Phil Meyer taking the mound here in the top of the third inning with a 2-0 lead. And his first pitch to the left-hander. Skipped in there for a ball one. Meyer looks in, has his pitch. Catcher is set up on the outside. Swung on and hit into right field for a single. Someone from the Untouchables is asking for the ball. Coming up to bat now, number 2, right fielder Luca Rommelman. Right-handed Rommelman stepping into the batter's box now. As Phil Meyer looks over to the runner at first. Pitch to Rommelman, high and inside, ball one. Goetz taking a one-step lead off of first. Little half step added to that. Meyer saw that throw over, but Goetz is able to get back in time under the tag. Rommelman looking down at third base coach, getting the signs. The pitch from Meyer. Goetz was acting like he was going to run, but did not go far enough for Joachim to throw him out from behind home plate. Next pitch from Meyer in there. Called strike. So it's a 2-1 count on the right fielder. Runner at first taking a short lead. Meyer tries to catch him leaning, but runner's able to get back in under the tag. Next pitch from Meyer is hit down the third base line, foul. 2-2 count. As the ball was being retrieved down the third base line, Meyer took a little walk behind the mound. Now he's toeing the rubber again. As runner at first taking not quite a full one-step lead. Now he's taking a bit more of a lead. And he's running. Ball is, stolen base. Throw was a ball a little bit low in the zone, and Joachim wasn't able to actually get the ball cleanly on that stolen base. It's now a 3-2 count. 3-2 count now on Rommelman with a runner at second. And the next pitch is swung on a hit in between short and third. As a throw in from left field keeps the runner from advancing past third. So it is a single. With that single, brings up Finn Bergman, number 13. Bergman now batting with runners at the corners and no outs, as Yoakum giving his defensive signals to the infield. And the pitcher Meyer just inside, ball one. Meyer comes set, throws over, tries to catch. Oh, the runner at first just able to get in for the tag. Good pickoff move by Meyer. Almost gets the runner at first, who's able to just swim back in underneath the tag. Meyer's next pitch swung on and hit. Deep, just curls around the foul pole for a 3-run home run. Yeah. So, looks like the wind helped carry that ball, as it did look like it was going to go foul, but it kept going and just curled around the foul pole. So, after the 3-runner home run, brings up the bat the designated hitter, number 27, Linus Nixendorf. Or Nixdorf, apologies. Pitcher Meyer swung on and drilled up the middle for a single to center field. And with that single, we'll bring up the bat the shortstop, number 41, DiBenedetto. So, DiBenedetto showing bunt. Pulls the bat back. Pitcher Meyer doesn't catch the outside zone. Ball one. Meyer looks the runner over at first, who's not taking that big of a lead. And a pitch in there for called strike. DiBenedetto batting here with a runner at first and no outs in the top of the third. Meyer's next pitch in the dirt, gets behind the batter. Yoakum's not able to field it cleanly, and so it is a wild pitch. That brings out Storm skipper out to talk to his pitcher, find out what's going on. Has been some action in the Storm bullpen. So mound visit is over. While they're at it, a little bit of a defensive positioning will be issued out. It is a 2 balls, 1 strike count. In the pitch, in there for a called strike 2. So after giving up the home run in the hit, then runner advancing to second. Oh, next pitch is hit, single to the left fielder. So now runners at the corners again, coming up to bat for the Untouchables is number 16, Moser. Left-hander coming up to bat with no outs, runners at the corners, and the Untouchables now leading 3-2. Neither runner taking that far of a lead. Next pitch. Oh, unfortunate. Next pitch is lined right past the first baseman, who was not able to dive for the catch because of the base runner. Ball skips in front of the right fielder, which leads to a triple and 2 runners coming in. So Untouchables now lead 5-2. So that'll bring up number 10, Kieran Norgan. And it looks like we'll be having a pitching change here as soon as we find out who will be taking the mound. We'll let you know. So it looks like Noah Lawrence will be taking the mound, as we'll see if Phil Myers replaces him at first. What started off as a good afternoon, unfortunately, took a wrong direction as the wind has picked up. I just saw the wind literally lift an umbrella out of a weighted stand as if it was nothing. Fortunately, no one is injured. Just looks like a couple of beers were spilled. So Noah Lawrence will have all the time he needs to warm up, as he'll be coming in with a runner at third and no outs here in the top of the third. Coming up to bat for the Untouchables will be the second baseman, number 10, Kieran Norgren. Noah Lawrence taking his warm-up tosses here will be replacing Phil Meyer as Phil Meyer moves over to first base. Looks like, well, Noah Lawrence is warmed up according to the home plate umpire. And the first pitch from Noah Lawrence, swung on, thrown over for out number 1. Sammy Gurmay looks back the runner at third before he lightly throws over to Phil Meyer at first to make the out. One pitch, one out. Coming up to bat, the left fielder, number 30, Hüttner. Hüttner batting with one out and runner at third. Next, the pitch is in there for a called strike. Next pitch swung on and snow coned by Phil Meyer for out number 2. Coming to bat now, number 40, top of the lineup for the Untouchables is number 40, Izui. The pitch to Izui. Catch at the bottom of the zone for a called strike 1. Running at third, taking a couple steeps. Oh, and left fielder Oliver Yoakum able to make the play left field for out number 3. But the damage is done. The damage is done as the Untouchables have put up a large crooked number. As we go into the bottom of the third, Untouchables lead now 5-2. Coming into the bottom of the third inning, Untouchables lead now 5-2 as the Untouchables brought 6 men up to the plate in that inning. Dombrowski back on the mound for the Untouchables. He will be facing Phil Meyer, Petey Kiefer, and Ian Hardman. As the ball is being thrown around the infield, Untouchables still need a catcher. And there's the catcher. Since he made the last out of that inning, he need to go put his equipment back on. Dombrowski will get a couple more extra warm-up tosses since his catcher was in the dugout getting his gear back on. Coming up to bat, leading off the home half of the third inning, will be our new first baseman, Phil Meyer. Phil Meyer in the box, and the first pitch to him, high, ball 1. Next pitch to Meyer, way inside, ball 2. Meyer swings and foul tips at the plate, so it's 2-1 count. Dombrowski has a new ball. It's come set. Next pitch. Swung on and fouled back behind home plate into what will be a wheat field here in about a month or two. Oh, I'm sorry, the next month. Yeah. As I see kids running after it. Here at Dickman Field, if kids bring back the foul ball to the concession stand, they will get a free food item. Next pitch to Meyer. Solid pitch, but doesn't catch the zone. So it is a 3-1 count. I'm sorry, it's now a full count. It's a 3-2 count. Here's some noise coming from the Untouchables dugout on that pitch. And Meyer's able to work a walk as the next pitch is way out of the zone for a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the third inning. Brings up the bat our shortstop, number 18, Petey Kiefer. On deck is number 11, Ian Hardman. Our left-handed hitting shortstop in the box now. The first pitch he sees is high and outside, ball one. Dombrowski struggling to find the strike zone again. Meyer's not taking much of a lead off of first. Finds the strike zone on that pitch, so it's now a 1-1 count on Petey Kiefer. Next pitch swung on, popped up on the infield. Got jammed on that pitch. So it is an out caught by the third baseman. Brings up the bat, number 11, Ian Hardman. On deck is our pitcher, Noah Lawrence. Dombrowski's pitch in the dirt, but doesn't get too far away from the catcher. Ball one. Meyer not taking more than a step lead off of first. Next pitch, again low and out of the zone, ball two. Throws it over the heart of the plate for a called strike one. 2-1 count now on Ian Hardman. Whoa, next pitch, head high, almost hits Hardman. Ball looked like it got away from the pitcher. That was clearly not intentional. Still dangerous. Thankfully, Hardman's able to get out of the way of that one, so it is 3 balls, 1 strike. And Hardman takes a walk. So once again, not finding the zone is putting base runners on for the Storm. That brings up number 66, our new pitcher, Noah Lawrence. Well, he might find it funny that we asked for the foul balls come back, but we don't have a Rawlings plant over here, so we don't have an unlimited supply of balls like you do in the U.S. We do have quite a few, but it is fun for the kids to go after it, and they can keep the ball if they want. So the pitch from Lawrence, high, ball one. Next pitch from Lawrence is hit high behind home plate. So it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Dombrowski has fresh ball. Looks at the runners. Pitch. Swung on and missed by Lawrence. Almost swung out of his cleats on that one. So it's a 1-2 count on our pitcher. And Lawrence swung on a miss, a ball low in the zone for a strikeout. So the first out recorded in the bottom of the third inning. Brings up the bat our third baseman, number 48, Orlando D'Amato. D'Amato played in Berlin last season. Now with the Storm, it's his first game with Storm. Lays off a pitch. Good pitch by Dombrowski, but D'Amato doesn't swing, so it is a ball. 1 ball, no strike count. Next pitch is in there for a called strike 1. In his last at bat, D'Amato did get an RBI. I'd like to see another one here. And the pitch swung on and lofted into shallow right field. Runners will hold up. So it is a single. So with bases loaded and 1 out, brings up our left fielder, number 26, Oliver Yoakum. Oliver Yoakum up to bat now with a teammate at every base. First pitch from Dombrowski. Oh, head high. Ball 1. Yoakum puts wood on the ball. Barehanded play. Draws the first baseman off the bag. Runner from third comes home. So it is a bases loaded single, RBI single for Oliver Yoakum. Brings up the bat our right fielder, number 53, Rogelio Maldonado. Maldonado batting with a teammate at every base and 1 out. Ball's able to catch the inside strike zone for a called strike 1. The next pitch to Maldonado. Swung on and hit out of play down the first base line. Apology, misspoke earlier. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Noah Lawrence striking out was the second out. And Maldonado swings, does not connect, and that is how the bottom of the third ends. Storm's able to bring home a run. Going into the top of the fourth inning, it is the Untouchables 5, Hünstetten Storm 3. Taking the mound for the Storm going into the top of the fourth inning, still Noah Lawrence, as the wind has picked up quite a bit. What was blowing from home out to about left center is now, when it does pick up, is blowing more right to left. See how that affects the ball in this inning, as I do see several people trying to hold on to umbrellas and food at this point. Coming to bat for the Untouchables in this inning will be Goetz, Rummelman, and Bergman. No changes for the Storm. And Lawrence is ready. Home plate umpire is brushing off home plate. So coming up to bat now is the center fielder, number 17, Emilio Goetz. The left-hander is in the box. The first pitch he sees catches the outside corner for a called strike one. And the next pitch is a ball. So we have a 1-1 count. Next pitch from Lawrence. Outside, ball two. Swung on and hit out of play. 2-2 count on the left-hander. On deck is Rummelman. Goetz just able to get a piece of that. Foul tip. Stays alive. Lawrence has a new ball. Lawrence has looked in, has his sign. Comes set. And the pitch inside. Just clips the batter's jersey, so it is a hit batsman. So that does bring up Rummelman. That inside pitch does catch the jersey of Goetz, giving him the free pass to first base. A quick throw over to try and get the runner leaning, but runner's able to get in just in time. Pitch from Lawrence called strike one. Goetz taking a just about two-step lead off of first. Pitch from Lawrence is swung on and hit, and foul ball just down the left field line. New ball has been delivered. So 0-2 count. Runner going. Throw is offline. Stolen base. Goetz was going on the pitch. Throw was a little offline. So with now a runner at second, it is a 2-1. It's a one ball, two strike count to the right fielder. Right fielder's not able to catch up to that fastball, so it's a swinging strike out. Record the first out of the inning. Brings up the bat to the third baseman, Finn Bergman. Bergman has settled into the batter's box as Lawrence looks back at the dancing runner at second. His pitch just misses the zone for a called ball. Once again, Lawrence looks back at the runner at second, and his pitch inside, ball 2. Inside, ball 3. Lawrence is not trying to give him anything to hit on the outside part of the plate, but ball is not able to catch the inside zone. Step off, reset. So with a 3-0 count, let's see if Bergman has the green light to swing or if he's going to lay off a pitch. And the runner goes. Stolen base. Runner was dancing and started going before the pitch was even thrown. Pitch was a called strike, so it is a 3-1 count. Swung on a hit high, but out of play. So what was a 3-0 count is now a full count on the untouchable third baseman. In the end, ball is in there, catches the outside zone for a called strike 3. Looking strikeout. Now, 2 outs, runner at third. Brings up the bat the DH, number 27, Nixdorf. The pitch from Lawrence. Catch that outside zone again. We're called strike 1. Runner at third taking a nice lead. Lawrence pitch is up. 1-1 count. Low and outside, so it's 2-1 on the designated hitter. Next pitch from Lawrence. Doesn't catch a zone, so it's a 3-1 count now on the designated hitter. Ball inside, so it's a walk to the DH. Puts runners at the corners, brings up the bat the shortstop, number 41, Di Benedito. Shortstop comes up to bat with 2 outs. The right-hander is in the box now. And the pitch from Lawrence does not swing, but the ball is in there for a called strike 1. Lawrence is looking in, has his sign. Throws it in there, catches the top corner of the zone for a called strike 2. Quickly getting ahead of the batter. It's 0-2 count. Pitch from Lawrence is tapped short. Throw across. Oh! Ball gets away from Phil Meyer at first. Runner at third comes across. Ball was sharply hit, grounder to shortstop, but not able to get the ball cleanly to first, unfortunately. So runner at third comes across. With 2 outs, 2 on, brings up number 16, Moser. With the Untouchables batting now with a 6-3 lead. First pitch is outside for ball 1. That was an error on the shortstop. Next pitch is ball 2. Time is called by the pitcher. On that pitch, looks like Noah Lawrence showing a little discomfort after that pitch. So he has taken his glove off and has walked off the mound, and he's talking to his teammates as the Storm skipper Lionel Shatter is coming over to take a look at him. Once we find out what's going on, signaling for the right-hander to come in. Looks like Lawrence may have pulled something, strained something. We'll find out what's going on. But that will be bringing in Gianfranco Rizzo coming in relief as Noah Lawrence did something on that last pitch. So when we find out anything, we'll let you know. But since this is an injury replacement, Rizzo will have plenty of time to warm up. Gianfranco Rizzo making his first relief appearance of the season for Storm. So Giancarlo Rizzo taking his warm-up tosses. The right-handed number 52 for the Storm, like I said, is making his first appearance in relief for the Storm this season. He'll be facing Moser, Jules Moser, who already has a 2-ball count on his at-bat. With 2 outs, 2 runners on, 2 balls. Number 52 for the Storm is now warm and telling the umpire he's ready. And Moser is back in the box. The first pitch to Moser. In there for a called strike one. On deck is Norgan. Next pitch doesn't catch the zone, so it is a 3-1 count. Next pitch swung on and hit and fielded cleanly by the left fielder. Out is recorded. Out is recorded, and then he drops the ball as the out is recorded. So that is out number 3. The Untouchables bring home another run. Going into the home half of the 4th inning, Untouchables 6, Storm 3. Coming into the bottom of the 4th inning with the Untouchables leading 6-3. The Untouchables have gone to their bullpen, bringing in left-hander Florin Seidel, number 11. If we have any other defensive changes for the Untouchables, we'll let you know. The new pitcher for the Untouchables is Warm. He has his warm-up tosses. Brings up to bat our catcher, number 22, Douglas Yoakum. First ball from the left-hander. Low for ball 1. Yoakum can't hold up on the next pitch. Makes the count 1-1. The next pitch is hit foul down the third base line. 1-2 count on our catcher. And Yoakum swings. Unfortunately, he does not make contact. It is a swinging strikeout to start the bottom of the 4th inning. That brings up our second baseman, number 8, Sammy Guillerme. Sammy Guillerme has now stepped into the box. He's ready to face the left-hander for the Untouchables. Lays down bunt, and he's able to leg out the bunt. Nice job there, Sammy Guilherme, laying down a bunt. Brings up to bat our first baseman, number 31, Phil Meyer. That bunt single by Sammy Guilherme, nicely laid down. Guilherme takes his lead off of first. Myers swings at the first pitch, but fouls it off his leg. Myers okay, taking a walk around home plate. Never feels good when you get hit by the pitch or you hit yourself with a foul. Just add it to the number of bruises Phil has already. Meyer looks down to get the sign from third base. He steps back in that batter's box as Guilherme takes a one-step lead off of first. In the pitch from Seidel. Hit and run was the call. Meyer got wood on the ball, but unfortunately hit it back to the net. So it is an 0-2 count. Guilherme jogs back to first. Different signs being brought in to the batter. Meyer is ready. And the pitch doesn't catch the zone. Ball one. Next pitch is low and inside for ball two. Not the umpires, but that did look a little bit like a balk when pitcher was throwing the ball around. But wasn't called, so we replay. Guilherme takes a one-step lead off first in the 2-2 to Meyer. Outside, ball three. Meyer is able to work a full count after being down 0-2. Meyer swung on and hit deep, but caught right in foul territory in first base side. Gave it a ride, but it didn't fly far enough out. That brings up number 18, our shortstop, Petey Kiefer. Kiefer is set. First pitch he sees, he swung on, misses for a swinging strike one. Guilherme taking a one-step lead off first. Next pitch to Kiefer, infield bounce to the shortstop. Oh, and he doesn't beat out the throw. Unfortunate for the Storm. Going into the top of the fifth inning, Storm down 6-3. We're going into the top of the fifth inning with Storm down by 3. Rizzo's still on the mound for the Storm as the Storm take their positions. Leading off the top of the fifth inning for the Untouchables will be number 10, Norgren, followed by Hüttner and Dombrowski. Sorry, not Dombrowski, Izui. Norgren, Hüttner, Izui. And Rizzo is ready. As the Storm get back in their positions, and Jean Rizzo is towing the rubber. His first pitch to Norgren is a called strike on the outside corner. Quickly, it's 0-2. Rizzo's pitch was fouled off down the first base side and out of play. Rizzo's next pitch is swung on and hit down the third base line and out of play. Time is called by the umpire as they retrieve the ball, which is just inside the left field foul line. As we do have a break in the action here. Tell you tomorrow we will have game 2 of the weekend 2-game series. First pitch here from Dickman Field will be a 12 noon start. Ball has been thrown out of play. And Norgren's back in the box with an 0-2 count. Next pitch swung on and hit just out of reach of our left fielder. Ball rolls up to the fence the batter has it's in there safely at second with a stand-up double. Looks like wind blowing to left will have a bit of a factor here as our left fielder was making a play on the ball and the ball quickly moved from where he thought it was going to be. With 2 outs, we have a runner at second. With no outs, we have a runner at second, which brings up to bat number 30, the left fielder, Hüttner. Hüttner shows bunt, but Rizzo with a wild pitch gives the base runner a chance to go over to third. But the wild pitch didn't go that far away from the catcher. He was able to actually keep the runner from trying to score from second on that wild pitch. Rizzo's next pitch, though, is fouled out of play. It is a 1-1 count now on the left fielder. Not sure if you're able to see it on the stream, but the wind has picked up a bit more. Pitch was in there for a ball, so it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Next pitch swung on and hit deep in between the left and center fielder. 1 run is across, 2 runs across. It is a sliding triple. So, as I said, wind is a factor on the balls that get up in the air. Unfortunately, it's not playable as it lands in between the left and center fielder who were trying not to run into each other. With no outs and runner at third, that brings up the catcher, Izui. Rizzo's pitch to Izui is swung on, and the run walks in from third as that single goes up the middle and in is an RBI single, which brings up the center fielder, Goetz. The Untouchables now lead 8-3. Runner going on the pitch, but Rizzo's pitch actually hit the batter in the foot as the runner was going. So the batter gets on base the hard way, actually getting hit in the foot, which brings up number 2, Rommelman. Runner at first and second now for Rommelman. Rizzo looks the runner at second. Throws in, does not get the inside call. Ball 1. Next pitch swung on and hit deep in left field and to the wall. One run is in. It is an RBI stand-up double for Rommelman as the throw is brought back in. It's an RBI double. Now coming to bat for the Untouchables is number 13, Bergman. No outs here in the inning. There is action in Storm bullpen. Bergman batting now with teammates in scoring position and no outs. Right-hander digs in. The pitch from Rizzo. Swung on, skied high. Playable for the second baseman who makes the catch. Runners do not advance. So that is the first out of the inning. Brings us up to bat number 27, Nixdorf. Nixdorf batting now with a 6-run lead. Runners at second and third and one out. Swings at Rizzo's first pitch, which lands in for an RBI single. Not a hard hit, but hit in front of the right fielder for an RBI single. Brings in another run, so it is now 10-3 Untouchables. Up to bat now, number 41. Their shortstop, D. Benedito. Rizzo's first pitch, D. Benedito, is swung on and missed. Strike 1. Rizzo's looking in. Has his sign. Runners are not advancing. Pitch from Rizzo is up. Ball. 1-1 count. Glance over his shoulder, but the next pitch inside doesn't hit the jersey, so it is a 2-ball, 1 count. 2-ball, 1 strike count on the shortstop. Shortstop couldn't hold up his swing on the next pitch, so it is a 2-2 count. Rizzo has a long look in for his sign. Time is called at the plate. Time was called right before the pitch was thrown. Looked like the couldn't tell if the time was called by the batter or by the catcher, but we're back at play, and the pitch from Rizzo swung on, skied high, playable for the center fielder, makes the catch. It is an RBI sac fly for Di Benedetto, which makes the Untouchable lead now 11-3. Batting with 2 outs now is number 16, Jules Moser. Moser batting with runners at the corners. First pitch he sees is outside, ball 1. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 1. It's a 1-1 count. Correction, there's only runner at first. Third base coach looked like a runner, considering he was outside what would be the third base coach's box. Next pitch swung on, fielded cleanly by the second baseman. Throw over to first for out number 3. Storm get out of the inning. Unfortunately, Untouchables put up another crooked number in the inning. Going into the bottom of the 5th, Untouchables 11, Storm 3. So coming into the bottom of the 5th inning with Storm down quite a bit, we will have Ian Hardman leading off. Rizzo on deck. First pitch to Hardman is in there for a called strike 1. Hardman taps a ball back up the middle, misplayed by the second baseman, and Hardman is on base. Hardman's able to make first base on the error by the second baseman, which brings up to bat our pitcher, Rizzo. Gianfranco Rizzo having plate appearance now. On deck is Del Morro. On the pitch, Ian Hartman. Oh! Looked like he got in under the tag, but field umpire says no. Hartman is thrown out stealing. So that pitch was a ball. Next pitch, Rizzo taps it to third, but the third baseman is not able to field the ball cleanly. Rizzo is on base. Baseball gods giveth and they take it away. In this case, caught stealing. Doesn't surprise me that the next batter was able to actually get on base. And with that, there will be a pinch runner. So pinch running for Giancarlo Rizzo is number 12, Sebastian Morales. Since this is not just a pinch runner situation, looks like this will be a pitching change coming into the top of the sixth inning for Storm. Sebastian Morales is the pinch runner for Rizzo, which brings up the bat Del Morro. First pitch Morrow is in there for a called strike one. Morales takes a large two-step lead off of first, but he's not running. Next ball. Ooh. Now 2 called strikes. Quickly. 0-2 count. Next pitch swung on, hit up the middle on the sliding stop by the shortstop. But he's able to toss it to second, throws over the first for an inning-ending double play. Not how the Storm wanted that inning to go, but going into the top of the sixth inning, Storm down by a few. As he came in as the pitch runner for Giancarlo Rizzo, Sebastian Morales is back on the mound for the Storm. Morales coming in relief. Getting his warm-up tosses. The Untouchables will be sending up Norgan, Huntner, and Azui in the top of the sixth inning. For Paderborn, this is the first game of the 2025 DBL season. It's game 3 for the Storm. Last weekend, Storm split a Saturday-Sunday 2-game series. This weekend we do have a Saturday-Sunday two-game series as well with the Untouchables. Tomorrow, first pitch is 12 noon from Dickman Field. If you can't join us here at the field, we will be live streaming once again. And Morales is warm, ready to go. Brings up the left-handed second baseman, Kieran Norgren. As Morales toes the rubber on the extreme first base side of the rubber. His first pitch doesn't catch the zone. Ball one. Next pitch, same place, ball two. Morales is able to actually blow a fastball in there for a swinging strike one. 2-1 count now on the second baseman. So it is a 3-1 count now. For the next pitch is skied high, playable for the shortstop, who calls off everybody and makes the catch. Routine fly ball for the shortstop. The first out of the sixth inning. With that pop-up out, brings up the left fielder, Hüttner. Well, check swing, foul ball on the first pitch he sees. Next pitch from Morales. High, ball one. Morales looks in, has a sign that he wants, but pitch is a bit high and out of the zone, gets away from the catcher. Ball two. 2-1 count now on the left fielder. Morales kicks, fires, swung on, and it is caught by a sliding center fielder. Nice job, Ian Hardman. That was a Blue Star catch on that sliding play in between the right center and second baseman. So 2 up, 2 down. Brings up the catcher, number 4, Shotaro Zui. Morales' pitch low in the zone, ball one. Another ball low in the zone. Zui doesn't swing at it, so it is quickly a 2-0 count on the untouchable catcher. Next pitch swung on and hit foul and out of play down the first base side. Morales has a new ball. He's towing that far right hand or first base side of the rubber. Looks in, has a sign. Catcher set up inside. Catches the zone. 2-2 count. Douglas Yoakum telling exactly where he wanted the pitch, and Morales was able to hit it. Yoakum still set up inside, low and inside. And the pitch does not catch the zone. So, full count. Morales' next pitch is hit straight up the middle for a single. Couldn't tell if it actually hit the toe of Morales. But he did kick the dirt afterwards. Maybe it did catch his toe, but he's not showing that he's hurting from it. I think he's more irritated that the ball was a grounder, but not where he wanted it. So that does bring up Goats with a runner on, 2 out. First pitch he sees is high, ball 1. Zui is a threat to steal bases, as we saw in the previous 2 innings. Morales was moving on that pitch, catches his own for a called strike. As he checks the runner at first, who's only got a 1-step lead off. Swung on and hit. Bobbled by the right fielder as Izui is coming around, and he will score from first on a stand-up double. Ball was trouble when it was hit as it was going into the no man's land in between center and right field as they were both playing in their respective positions. Right fielder had to come in, try to make a catch on that. Just missed the ball. Brings another run across it. Now with 2 out, runner at second. The right fielder, Luca Rommelman, is up to bat. Morales looking at the runner at second. Pitch is low and outside, ball 1. Runner at second, not taking too much of a lead, though Morales is looking back at him. The pitch to Rommelman. Swung on, tapped it home. So it's a 1-1 count. Morales with a new ball. And the batter is back in the box. Next pitch swung on and hit. High out of play. So it's a 1-2 count now on the right fielder from the Untouchables. Morales with a long look in for a sign. Checks the runner back at second. And his pitch. Curveball doesn't curve where he wants it. It's inside for a ball. At least it didn't hit the jersey again. Little dancing at second, but Morales doesn't throw back. His next pitch is fouled out of play behind home plate. Still a 2-2 count. As I see a little one running after the ball. And the pitch skipped up to the catcher. Now a full count. Catcher was set low, dead center of the plate. They tried to get the batter to swing at something low, but he didn't swing at the pitch. So Morales, try this again. Catcher is set up the same place. And it is a walk as the ball does not catch the top of the zone. Brings up the bat the third baseman, Finn Bergman. Bergman batting with 2 on and 2 out here in the inning. Afternoon sun might be a factor in the ball that was hit to right field earlier as shadows are starting to go that direction. Pitch from Morales, skipped up there. Ball gets away from the catcher as it doesn't go the direction he thought it was going to go. And so both runners advance. So it doesn't have to get that far away from the catcher on a wild pitch as long as the runners are able to see where it's at. Unfortunately, the catcher thought the ball went a different direction. So it is a ball. Next pitch does catch the zone, though. Ball in the dirt. So 2-1 count now. Morales with the sign. Pitch swung on and hit. Deep to center field. Hardman just over his head. 1 run across, 2 run across. Runner is going for third. And he's in there with a stand-up triple. Ball hit to the deepest part of our ballpark. Unfortunately, just over the head of the outstretched, the center fielder Ian Hartman. Now up to bat is number 27, the designated hitter, Nixdorf. There are 2 outs in the inning. First pitch he sees swung on, skied, but playable and squeezed for out number 3. So that does end the inning, but more crooked numbers are across. Untouchables now have a large lead, but it ain't over till it's over, as they've said. Going into the bottom of the 6th, Untouchables 14, Hünstetten 3. So as we come into the bottom of the 6th inning and Storm down by 11, we'll have coming up to bat, trying to see, yes, it is Rogelio Maldonado, Douglas Yoakum, and Sammy Guillerme. Unless there is a change happening, as I do see the manager's out talking to the home plate umpire. Once we find out what that is, then we'll let you know. So, correction being made. Coming up to bat now is Oliver Yoakum, followed by Rogelio Maldonado, and then Douglas Yoakum. The pitch, Oliver Yoakum swung on, couldn't catch up with it for a strike. Next pitch is in there for a swinging strike 3. So the bottom of the 6th leads off with a swinging strikeout. Brings up our right fielder, number 53, Rogelio Maldonado. And the pitch to Maldonado in there catches the outside zone for a called strike 1. So for the Untouchables, they have brought in a new catcher, number 4, Shearhorn. Next pitch to Maldonado. Swung on, missed. So that is quickly 2 outs, 2 swinging strikeouts for the Storm. Brings up to bat a pinch hitter, number 5, Carlos Simon. So Simon pinch hitting for Douglas Yoakum. First pitch he sees is flied behind home plate and out of play. Next pitch, Hamana is low and out of the zone for a ball. That's 1-1 count. Next pitch, swung on and hit sharply to the shortstop, who fields it on a bounce. Throws the ball away, but Himon can't advance as the catcher was quickly over into the first base foul line to back up the throw. So with 2 outs, we now have a runner on first, which brings up Sammy Guillerme. So Himon makes it to first on the error, which brings up Sammy Guillerme. And home plate umpire is calling play. And the pitch from Seidel, outside, ball 1. On deck is Phil Meyer. Pitch to Guillerme is skied, flied down the first base line and foul. 1-1 count to our second baseman with 2 outs and a runner at first. Gameday swings at the next pitch and flies it foul down the first base line. He has a 1-2 count. There is action in the Untouchables bullpen. Pitch Gameday lined to the right fielder who squeezes it for out number 3. That does it for the home half of the 6th inning. Going into the top of the 7th, Untouchables 14, Storm 3. As Storm warms up here in the top of the 7th inning, Morales is still on the bump for Storm. He'll have a new catcher as Himon was brought in to pinch hit. He stays in the catch. With the new catcher, Peter Kiefer and Sammy Gameday swap positions. So now Gameday is at shortstop and Kiefer is at second. Coming to bat here in the top of the 7th for the Untouchables will be DiBenedetto, Moser, and Norgren, unless there is a pinch hitter, which I don't see a pinch hitter yet. Morales looks in to get his sign. His first pitch at DiBenedetto is skipped up to the catcher for ball 1. On deck is Moser. Morales' pitch low and out of zone, so it's 2 balls, no strikes. Still action in the Untouchables bullpen. Morales' next pitch catches the low zone for a called strike. 2-1 count. Swung on and foul tipped at home plate. Goes foul down the third base line. So that is a 2-2 count on the Untouchable shortstop. Morales still towing the extreme first base side of the pitcher's rubber. And his pitch. Swung on, tapped to Gameday at short, who throws over, makes the out. Phil Meyer using those long legs to stretch and squeeze the throw from the shortstop for out number 1. So that does bring up number 16, the first baseman, Jules Moser. On deck is number 4, Shearhorn, who came in as catcher in the bottom of the 6th inning. The first pitch to Moser is out of zone for a ball. Morales' next pitch framed nicely but misses the zone. Ball 2. On the throwback, as the catcher threw the ball, the batter stuck his bat out without realizing and hit the ball. Unfortunately, it doesn't count as a foul. Morales' next pitch in there with a called strike. 2-1 count now on the first baseman. Morales' pitch is golfed to the second baseman, who catches it, throws over for out number 2. With the defensive changes because of the DBL rules, having to swap the second and short since the with their passports say, it works out well as both men are able to get the first 2 outs of the 7th inning. Now up to bat is number 4, Jean-Mika Shearhorn. First pitch swung on and missed for swinging strike 1. On deck is Norgren. Morales' next pitch doesn't catch the top corner of the zone, so it is a 1-1 count. My apologies. It is Huttner on deck. Morales' next pitch is not in the zone, so it is a 2-1 count. Morales looking in. Now he has the windup. Swung on. Missed. So that's a 2-2 count. As Shearhorn is not able to catch up to that ball. 2-2 count with 2 outs. Morales' next pitch is swung on and hit back to the net. Stays alive. Ball is thrown out of play. The next pitch from Morales. Swung on foul down the third base line. Stays alive in the at-bat. Umpire's calling for some more balls as he's running low. Morales at 45 pitches for the relief afternoon. Looking in, he has his sign. And the pitch, foul tipped. So another foul ball keeps the batter alive in this at bat. Shearhorn is making Morales work for this last out of the inning. Swung on and missed. Ball gets away from the catcher, but he's able to find it, throw over to first to make the out. It's a put out on the strikeout swinging, throw over to first for a 1-2-3 inning. It's the first 1-2-3 inning we've had in a few innings. So that does take us into the 7th inning stretch. As Take Me Out to the Ball Game is playing here at Dickman Field, we have a pitching change for the Untouchables. Right-hander number 44, Luca Kloppenberg, coming in to pitch, relieving Seidel, the left-hander who has been on the mound for the past 3 innings. Luca Kloppenberg will be facing Phil Meyer, Petey Kiefer, and Ian Hartman here in the bottom of the 7th here in Hünstetten. As Kloppenberg is taking his warm-up tosses, Storm manager Lionel Chattel talking to home plate umpire. Don't know what they're talking about. Lionel knows the game, so who knows what they're talking about. Don't see any type of change being made as Lionel walks over to the third base coach's box. So here we are in the bottom of the 7th inning. That brings up Phil Meyer. Phil Meyer, who started the game, moved over to first base. Now faces the new pitcher, Kloppenberg. First pitch skipped up in the dirt for ball 1. Kloppenberg takes a long look in, get his sign. Now he's ready. Next pitch is in there for a called strike on the outside. 1-1 count now on Phil Meyer. Next pitch is fouled back to the net behind home plate. 1-2 count. Looks like the wind has died down finally. The next pitch is in the dirt, ball 2. Unfortunately, the wind has died down now after it's caused the damage. Myers holds up on the pitch, looks outside, but it is called a looking strikeout. Well, Meyer doesn't argue, just walks back to the dugout, brings up to bat number 18, Petey Kiefer. So the first pitch to Kiefer, outside, ball 1. Ball skipped up there for ball 2. Ian Hardman on deck. Ball 3. So on a 3-0, P.D. Kiefer takes a 4-pitch walk. Kiefer doesn't take the bat off his shoulder and takes a 4-pitch walk. So we have a pinch hitter coming in. Ian Hartman. We have a pinch hitter for Ian Hartman. It is number 38, Diego Jimenez. The first pitch to Jimenez. Skipped up there, ball 1. Oh, correction. Catches the low zone for a called strike. It sounded like it hit the dirt first, but that's just the angle that I'm at. So it is a 0-1 count on a pinch hitter. Next pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 2. Quickly an 0-2 count on Jimenez. The next pitch to Jimenez is a called strike. So that is a strikeout looking for the pinch hitter. Brings up to bat the pitcher, number 12, Sebastian Morales. First pitch to Morales is a ball. Ball doesn't catch the zone this time, so it is a 1-ball, no strike count to start off. Next pitch is way inside. Oh, and it's 2-0. Kiefer hasn't been doing anything over off of first base. He's only taking a 1-step lead every time. Morales can't catch up to that ball, so it is a 2-ball, 1-strike count on the pitcher. On deck is Del Moro. Pitch is in there for a called strike 2. Kiefer going. Hit and run play. Ball is swung on and hit, but foul and out of play. And with that, Kiefer trots back over to first. Morales stays alive in this at bat. Kiefer going again, but it is a called strike 3 looking. And that is ball game. Since the Untouchables lead by more than 10 runs here after 7, that's ball game. So unfortunately, final of game 1 of a 2-game weekend series is not in Storm favor. Final from Dickman Field, the Untouchables of Paderborn 14, Hünstetten Storm 3. Well, can't do anything about it now. Shrug it off. Go into tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new game, new day. Game time, first pitch tomorrow from Dickman Field is 12 noon. I've been James Passo. I hope to either see you here tomorrow or you tune in on our YouTube live stream. So once again, the final from Hünstetten, Untouchables 14, Storm 3.